Possibly bad. Max Casting, the future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. It's Savage, it's Jay, it's Tuesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for real professional wrestling show coming to you live every Tuesday night, right after NXT. And let's get right into it. NXT opens up. We're going to have a match. The NXT champion's going to make his way to the ring. Braun Breaker automatically coming out. He's going to have a match against Javier Bernal. And Booker T is going to join the commentary team tonight and permanently. So let's get right into that quickly, Jay. What do you think of the change and the overall commentary teams of Monday Night Raw, NXT, SmackDown? Are you happy with them?
So for all the fans out there, yes, I'm back. I am back here to talk the truth that NXT 2.0 is the greatest show. Every Tuesday night wrestling with Savage. Not only that, but you have Jay over here. And for the first time tonight on this show, Savage is going to owe me an apology. But we'll get into that later on. But right now, you're talking about what's going on. I'm going to speak for everybody. I know they're a little scared to say it. A whole commentary thing is awful. It's bad. Let's face it. The only good thing they did was get a SmackDown right. You replaced Pat McAfee with Wade Barrett. Great choice, right? I did say Corey Graves would take over, but Wade Barrett is an excellent choice. Love that commentary. Let's face it, Raw with Kevin Patrick. What is this, NXT Europe? I don't want to hear this. And the calls that he was making this past Monday didn't even convince me. Let's face it, last night, what kind of great calls did he did in the ring? I didn't really hear anything. I know he has the gift of gab and he was doing that main event for a year or two, but I don't think he's cut for Raw. You need someone with live action. You need someone that has that enthusiasm, like a Jerry the King, you know, or Justin Ventura. You can't just put somebody in Kevin Patrick and try to...
Or a fucking Wade Barrett, man. They should have put Wade Barrett with Corey Graves and stick Vic with clean Michael Cole, and SmackDown on Fox can stay clean, and Raw can be filthy with fucking Wade Barrett and Corey Graves. That would have been way better for me.
I just think last night is just a scary situation. I'm not saying Kevin Patrick is bad. I don't want everybody to think I'm bad, but it's just not a good fit for Raw. You need someone with that just live action kind of character, especially to keep up with Corey Graves, who's, let's face it, he's on top of his game as always. So that's just how I personally feel about it. I don't think it was some good shifts here and there. They could have done a little better. They have other people. What happened to the, excuse my language, I don't even know him, but the Indian commentator, wasn't he excellent? I thought he was amazing. Why not put him in Raw? I would love to have him in Raw.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he was good too. But for me, Wade Barrett was the best new commentator, and he should have definitely been on Monday Night Raw. But he's still, whatever, it doesn't matter. At least he's on one of the primetime shows. He's doing his thing. Wade Barrett definitely killed it on Friday. Did an excellent job with the season premiere of SmackDown and the commentary. Speaking of SmackDown, did you watch SmackDown? Did you see Gunther versus Sheamus?
What? Is Gunther Sheamus 16 or 17?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's 23. Every one of them is a fucking banger. Those guys killed it again on SmackDown. Did you see Extreme Rules?
I saw Extreme Rules.
What was your favorite match of the night? Just favorite match of the night. Nothing else. We'll get into something else later.
I don't have a favorite match.
All right, and you watched Raw last night?
I'm going to say something right here on the show right now. If y'all people thought that was a fight pit, y'all are insane. That was not a fight pit. That was a cage match. But that's just me. Pay attention to the original fight pit and compare it to what you just saw this past Saturday, and you'll get what I'm saying. Go ahead.
there was still some crazy spots in that match. To have the trust to let somebody powerbomb you on that small little walkway on the top, you know what I mean? That takes a lot of trust. You got to understand that, man. These guys put their lives on the line.
Way bigger. It was just a cage match.
It's still a power bomb 12 feet in the air, man. You got to appreciate the high risk there.
I don't appreciate nothing.
No, and that's why you're going straight to fucking hell.
That's why that match was a shit show. It was a shit in the bed.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's why we needed a Bray Wyatt to save the fucking night.
Well,
and he did.
Opening match of NXT was pretty much just a squash match. Braun was in control the whole time. JD McDonough joined the commentary team, gave Javier some advice before the match. Booker T, in my opinion, is terrible on commentary. He's terrible on commentary on Monday Night Raw. Terrible on NXT. It's always the same stuff. Shucky ducky, this and that. The only part I liked was the beginning. The first match he did commentary on was actually cool, you know, especially when he was referring to fighting Braun Breaker's father and, you know, battles with the Steiners. And, you know, for that purpose, I can see why they put him on there. They probably put him on there to just add a little extra rub to Braun Breaker because he has that previous history with Braun's family, his father, his uncle. That was cool, but as the night went on...
I'm going to say this. I would keep him, and then when Pat McAfee's done with college, I will put him in NXT.
Nah, Pat McAfee SmackDown, baby. Come on now.
Come on, Wade Barrett versus Pat? I'll take Wade any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Yeah, but maybe they're just going to do a trio on SmackDown with commentary. Or Vic Joseph's just holding down the fort till Pat McAfee comes back, and then you're going to get Pat McAfee and Corey Graves.
Think about this, Savage.
That could be
Fox.
Okay.
Think about this. It's Fox. It's SmackDown. You need someone that knows experience and knows exactly what he's talking about, and that's Wade Barrett. And
Wade Barrett's...
I'll take it over Pat.
Wade Barrett's not going anywhere. That's his chair right now. There's no way Pat's taking that chair from him.
I would put Pat in NXT. I'm serious.
I'd rather have him on Raw with Corey Graves, man. I think that'd be the perfect combo because Corey Graves is like the new Michael Cole, basically now with more edge. And then Pat comes in, he's just a wild card. You don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. If Elias comes out, he might lose his fucking mind. Pat McAfee. Yeah, I probably missed Shinsuke Nakamura's entrances, but this match was whatever. Your typical squash match. Braun Breaker just shitting on this guy, Perilla Gress Slam, all the good stuff. Coming down hard with that Perilla Gress Power Slam. JD McDonough's going to get in the ring, confront Braun Breaker, and then, of course, Dragunov has to come out and make his presence very well felt. He's going to get in the ring, and JD McDonough, the Irish ace, would take advantage with a cheap shot to Dragunov, right to the throat. Nice cheap shot, and then he'd start beating down on Braun a little bit. And then Dragunov would go for that crazy finisher of his. But he would hit Braun Breaker instead of Dragunov. And, obviously we all know he was aiming for JD McDonough. But JD McDonough gets to get away clean, and we get the shot of Dragunov standing over Braun Breaker, JD watching all this happening. And then Dragunov actually had the balls to pick up the title, which I think is what his mistake was. Him picking up that title was definitely a mistake because Braun's not going to like that. If you hit me by accident, why are you picking up my title? I get it, we're in a match, but it's disrespectful, especially when, the guy's laying on the floor right there, knocked out to pick up his title. What'd you think of the match? Would you rate the match?
It is disrespectful. I'll agree with you on that. It's disrespectful, just like I see that old NXT belt behind you, which is disrespectful to my eyes because that's not the belt that we see right now, tonight, live on the USA Network. You are disrespecting me with my own eyes right now seeing that, okay?
Well, you're disrespecting yourself because you don't even have a title. Where's your title?
Let's get into I don't need a title. The title is me talking the truth, and the truth
so
is...
So why are you hating? Why are you hating on a title that I bought when Drew McIntyre won the championship?
Let's face it.
I bought this at Barclays Center the same night that Drew McIntyre won at NXT TakeOver.
I have a receipt to return it.
There's no returns.
Guess what?
All sales are final.
Now. He is a mid now, but
all sales are final.
I hated this segment. I didn't think it was necessary. I could live without it. I don't know why we had it. I don't even know why we had the squash match. But Braun is very impressive when the cameras are on. Let's not forget, folks, this is live, and I saw no mistakes on Braun. So, did I like the match? Yeah, I did. I liked the way the match it was. So, it was a good match. It was a 3-star banger for me.
3-star banger? I guess I could go with you there on a 3-star. I'm not going to argue that because the match was clean, no mistakes. It was
And
okay.
it's live.
And I had a build up at the end, but I got bad news for you. I think Dragunov is taking this title, man, off Braun right now. I think Braun's getting the call. I just think Braun's getting the call. I think Braun's going to be in the Rumble. Braun's going to Mania. Braun's taking the title off someone at Mania, man. Like that's
So pull the trigger in January. Don't pull it now. Pull it in January.
Well, no, he's going to have some kind of build up. Survivor Series.
Surprise. Have a surprise entrance.
I don't know. I just have a feeling about Dragunov. I mean, more than likely, Braun's just going to win again because, you know, at the end of the day, they really are pushing this guy to the fucking moon. So more than likely, he is going to win. But it's not going to surprise me if Dragunov comes out victorious because he's very impressive. He
has no personality.
Yes, he does. He has incredible promos, great personality. Are you insane?
You
know what it is? You have low taste. You know, quality like that. That's what it is.
There we go. Oh yeah. I can't wait to get into this match later.
Low taste quality. Come on, Dragunov is like a fine wine, bro. He's like a fine wine, and he's only getting better.
He's only a seller. That's all he was.
All right, I'll give you that. He's a seller. He's a worker, though. What do you want him to do? You want him to not make Grayson Waller look good? He's selling for your boy tonight. He sold for your ball.
He made him look
The
good.
match was actually pretty good. They both did a great job.
We'll talk about it later.
Dragunov beat him clean. Let's be real.
See.
We'll see. There's no we'll see. That's what happened, man. You know what was worse than this though? The promo from Alba Fire, man. More of the same bullshit. More vignettes with her fucking having her bat and something on fire, pointing her bat. Whoop de fucking do. We get a video package for Nathan Frazier versus Axiom, and then that's just going to go right into their match. They're tied up 1-1 right now. The winner of this match is going to move on to the ladder match in Halloween Havoc. So there's a lot on the line in this match. Be honest with me, going into the match, and just talk like an actual professional journalist right now. Don't talk like Jay, the wrestling fan who just thinks everything is shit and diarrhea. Talk like you're a professional journalist right now. Yeah, I know, but you still have to write to your readers. Let's say you're writing an article for the New York Times. You can't just sit there and just say nonsense. They want to know what happened. They want to know your opinion. So in your opinion, before this match finished, or actually when it started, did you have a winner in mind for this match? See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what, like, where is your mind? You don't say to yourself,
I wasn't interested. But you
don't have an opinion, like, right away? Like, oh, yo, Nathan's going to win this. Axiom's going to win this.
Why should I? They're both mids. They're both going to lose in the match.
You're looking at the future of the WWE right here in these guys.
A fake comic book hero who was without facing a match in NXT UK, and now we put a mask on and we want to call him Latino.
Besides that one major botch where Nathan Frazier almost killed himself tonight, they actually put on a very entertaining match tonight. I don't know what you were watching.
He didn't actually kill it. But I will say this.
The match was good.
This was match of the night.
They had great sequences in this match, Jay.
Just because I don't give a shit about both and I didn't have a win, I'm not going to badmouth the match. This was match of the night. It was great. I can't believe I'm even saying that because I'm a Grayson Waller fan. But that spot you called, that was just a crazy bump.
It was just a crazy accident. It's a slip. It's a slip up. It could have been worse. It could have been worse, bro. He could have got hurt. Like, he almost landed right on his fucking neck.
But it
looked scary.
He recovered perfect.
But to me, like, that's what made the match. That's what made the match so much better. Is that, like, that shit happened, and then they still, like, no problem. They take it home.
They were doing nice spots. They top
great spots.
Exciting German.
Bro, really great spots. Like, we're talking about like this was old school.
They got counted to the arm bar.
You know what I saw in this match? I saw Jerry Lynn and RVD spots.
Oh,
yeah, bro. From back in the day. Did you? I bet you've never even watched the original RVD versus Jerry Lynn and ECW match, like their first match.
You mean when RVD put him over, and then everybody started calling him the "you fucking show," and that's how that whole ball ran?
He didn't win that first match.
That.
He didn't win. That wasn't the first match.
But he was doing the crazy shit, and everybody.
I'm talking about their first match where Jerry Lynn was getting dumped on.
Dumped on?
Yes, dumped on.
I don't know their match, but I recall all the matches. I don't recall the very first one.
Well,
if
you watch when they were really young, man, they were running at like these kind of levels like that we're seeing today. I mean,
yeah, but it was not this kind of level. You bugging, man. This is like mid shit. They were like here. There's no way this was here. It's impossible.
The intensity was there. Obviously, these guys are next generation. They're the new generation. You're watching the future. You're literally watching the future.
They're the future of 205 Live. I agree. They're going to be great cruiserweights, and that's all I'm going to say about these two.
I don't know, man. I have a feeling that Nathan Frazier is going to go over in the WWE universe as long as he can stop.
Oh, he did go over tonight.
Landed on his fucking neck. He did go over tonight. He got the win, but I can see him becoming a star, man, down the road. Like, it's going to take some time.
One thing about that, I hate the entrance. I like the old one. Why not keep the old one? I hate this new one.
I barely even saw it. I think they were showing so much of him coming out of the ramp that you didn't really get to see all the
a bunch of smoke
going on.
Shit.
It is what it is. To me, it was a very insane first few sequences between the two. Huge risk with no reward. Let me just read this out right here. This is the one paragraph I have for it, man. Huge risk with no reward for Nathan, who took a nasty spill off the top rope that took us into the break. They made up for it with some clean wrestling and unique spots, counters, covers, kickouts. Nice kick to the face from Nathan. Even a sicker drop kick from Frazier off the springboard. I know you saw that one. I think it was a springboard or off the top rope. It was just a nasty fucking drop kick. It looked like he took the guy's fucking head off. Overall, these guys killed him in this match. And it's like watching the future in the present. Nathan Frazier with a roll up on the counter. 1, 2, 3. And he's headed to Halloween Havoc, baby.
Mm-hmm. No, I said 5 stars. I counted my fingers earlier. So this was match of the night.
You giving it 5?
5 for me. I don't care about both. I'm being honest. I really don't have any feelings for both because I don't think they're going to be something if they even make it to the main roster.
I think Axiom's already done because he's putting. He was brought here to put over Nathan. I'm okay with that.
A-Kid? No, I'm okay with A-Kid. I don't know what the hell they killed that for. I'm not okay with this. So,
well, maybe this could be a way.
Original character, I'm with it.
This could be a way for him to get back to that original character, man. You know what I love about NXT overall, though, bro? There's so much. Like as soon as the match ends, I have to be ready to start like typing and taking pictures, and because I know they're immediately going to go into like 1 or 2 or 3 different storylines, whether it be a promo, an interview, a video package, a segment, a run-in. There's always character developing going on literally between every single match, at the beginning, at the end, into commercials, back from commercials. We come back from commercial, we don't go right into the match. All of a sudden we get a video package for 2 wrestlers that are showing promise or something like that. Like, it's just constant character development. It's something that they do very fucking well. Very, very well. Next we're going to get an interview with Dragunov. What'd you think about the interview where Grayson Waller, I know you were loving it because he comes out, he talks crap. Dragunov asks, why are you wearing grandma's glasses? Dragunov says, you want me to stay? I'll stay. That's a great idea, which means this is going to lead to a match, which ended up being the main event of the night, Waller versus Dragunov, which was great. Waller's yelling at McKenzie, saying it's all your fault. What did you think of that little package right there? Did that hype you up for the night?
Well, I was hyped because as soon as you hear this guy's going to stay, this is the main event. So, yeah, I was hyped. Grayson Waller got the spotlight. The spotlight needs to always shine on Grayson Waller. He's had the biggest opportunity tonight fighting one of the top stars right now, I would say, in NXT 2.0 in Dragunov. So, this is it, man. I was hyped. This was great. McKenzie and Waller have that great chemistry, just like she has great chemistry with Toxic Attraction. We'll talk about it later. I love her backstage interview. I think she's ready for main event roster time, but Yeah, man, this is great. I'll be average with a 3.
What's the name of that guy's real name, his character, that you said if he comes back as his character, you give him a shot? A-Town? A-Kid?
Don't correct me, but I believe it's A-Kid, if I'm correct.
All right, so let me ask you this. Between A-Kid and Nathan Frazier, who do you think has a better moveset, and who do you think is a better technical wrestler?
Here you go, trying to make me care about one of these guys. But if I had to just look at what I saw from this best of 3, I'm going to put Frazier over Axiom. Why? Okay. Because I just think he has a little more speed than Axiom. Yeah. He's a little more cleaner. If you notice,
he wrestles like Randy Orton, bro. Like young Randy. Remember, Randy never messed up a spot?
I'm just going to call this spot, which AJ used to always do, which is basically the flip over reverse DDT, or the stinger drop, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And he did it perfectly in the ring. He was off a little bit on the outside, but that first spot, that was perfect. So I just think his speed is just a little more advantage than Axel. So I will put Frazier over.
Yeah, and just like I was mentioning earlier, NXT always worrying about story development. And here's the screenshots of parking lot. Dragunov getting interviewed by Mackenzie. Grayson Waller coming in with his $500 shirt, trying to look like The Rock over here. I like it, man. Grayson Waller talking hella shit. Makes him look good. And then we're gonna go right into another segment, for more character development. And we see Sanga and Valentina Feroz. Indy Hartwell comes out. They're telling us that Indy Hartwell actually trained with Booker T at Reality of Wrestling. So when I heard that, I was like, oh wow, she's definitely gonna win this match, because now Booker's there, and Booker's probably like gonna help her get a push. Whatever. Valentina was asking Sanga for like help. She was asking him if they could make sure that he came out there and helped out, and of course he said, I'm always there for you, which is interesting considering what happens later in the night. It's getting interesting now. And then we're going to do some things right now in Wrestling with Savage. There's the picture right there of Indy Hartwell right there. Valentina Feroz, Sanga. We're going to get into a little Bray Wyatt in about 60 seconds when we're back with Wrestling with Savage.
Podcast in the history of podcasts.
You are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins
I'm trying to give these two WWE legends. All right, we're back. I hope you missed us. Make sure that you check us out on wrestlingwithsavage.com. You can follow us on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Discord, Spotify. Listen to us while you're driving to work, driving home from work, while you're in the train, where, of course, when you have service, unless your Wi-Fi is in God mode or something. But we're going to get into Bray Wyatt right now real quick. The return of Bray Wyatt happened at Extreme Rules. They've been showing us commercials. Even tonight in NXT, we couldn't get away from the commercials. We have the bunny, we have the buzzard, we have the pig, we have the witch. Oh my God. What did you think of this? Were you actually excited about this? Did you care? The audience obviously cared. He definitely got a bigger pop. So my question to you is a couple. I'm going to ask you a few questions. You answer them all. Do you think Bray Wyatt got a bigger pop than Cody Rhodes? Did you like this whole build-up with the White Rabbit, and then finally we get some kind of payoff at the end? Where do you think this is going? And what would you do with it? What you think's going to happen and what you would do with it?
Yes, no, nowhere. And what was the last question? Just tell me what was the last question.
What would you do with Bray Wyatt?
What would I do with
Yeah, like
Bray
how would
Wyatt?
you book this whole...
Wait, hold on. My question, you just asked me that. So is that in reference to he just appeared? Or what would I do just
Everything. Maybe you could talk about what he would have did at Extreme Rules, what he could have did at Raw, and what he's doing at WrestleMania.
Okay, so my thing is, I think most people don't really give a shit about, I'm going to take my phone and scan the QR codes, which is why I hate the whole build-up. To me personally, I'm not a fan of the whole white rabbit and shit. That's just a buzzkill, because you and I saw that to an NXT star that's on the roster is Zoe Stark, and they did the same shit, and I didn't like that shit either. So buzzkill for me. I would have done it a lot differently, maybe a little more theatric horror-ish, because he just sort of filmed a horror movie while he was off, and now he's come back. So I would have kind of done something kind of like that, with little clues and puzzles, like how everybody thought Dexter Lumis was going to be with Bray Wyatt, which I called, and I was duped. So I would have done little things like that, but overall, I would have just done that. And where would it go from here? It's a tough call, man. I mean, where would you put him, Raw or SmackDown? You got to put him in Raw.
Well, apparently he's going to be on SmackDown on Friday. That's what they're promoting right now.
He's going to be, but honestly, when I said nowhere, because let's face it, it was so masterful at Extreme Rules. Amazing. Can't top it. Yes, bigger pop than Cody, for sure, 100%. But my deal is, when this happens, nothing happens. It's like a main attraction. It's like a Brock Lesnar coming out.
He's the new Undertaker, basically. That's all they're doing here.
And I don't expect much out of him. So when they say coming in SmackDown to, this coming Friday, I don't expect much. Maybe I expect some visions and visuals, but I just don't expect much.
Well, I think they're going to take their time revealing all the characters. Like, here, just listen to this. The rumors are that Nikki Cross is the actual Fiend now. Eric Redbeard is the Bunny. Because the Bunny was big. That was standing there. I don't know who the rest are, though. I really don't know. Dexter Lumis could definitely be one of them. It's not impossible. We don't know. Maybe Dexter Lumis is one of them. So we have to wait and see. I mean, we're gonna get some kind of answers on Friday.
So you're saying that this is going to be a whole group thing. That's what you're saying?
Yes, this is the Wyatt Six.
Okay,
and Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is in this. He's back. They signed him. You know that, right?
So this is my deal. This is what I say to you, since you just told me that. What do you really expect out of Bray Wyatt? Nothing, nowhere.
A takeover. A takeover at some point.
This is just a group for him to just put over. You're not going to see much of Bray. I'm telling you. And listen,
I don't think so.
Who will you let him face as his first feud? It's a tough.
Honestly, in my opinion, you know what? He goes right. He goes right after Roman, man. The signs are already there. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying it could. It could. You don't know.
I'm not saying it can't, but it just can't
could.
happen this year.
Because right now, Roman Reigns is going after Logan Paul at whatever John.
And then you have Survivor Series.
Crown fucking jewel, man. These stupid fucking shows.
Survivor Series. Then you have Survivor Series.
Yeah. And then you have Elimination Chamber.
So listen to this. In Survivor Series, you have to make them fight sort of an attraction, right? Because you can't have them fight a champion.
Well, maybe he doesn't even put his title up at Survivor Series, though. The champion sometimes...
And that'd be perfect. Another month killer. So why would Bray come at this year? I just don't see it right away. I think,
in my opinion, I would have saved...
Introduce people.
I would have saved his return for the Royal Rumble. And then his whole faction could have been in the Rumble. Like, number 8 could have been the Bunny. Number 10 could have been somebody else. And then, Wyatt comes out at the end. And the Wyatt 6.
Listen, if I personally didn't care about QR code scanning while it was going on throughout the shows, I'm pretty sure there's people like me that feel the same. And I just didn't like the build-up to how that was going about.
Listen, it was still cool to see it and all that, but it could have been done so much better. It could have been filmed like a horror movie, kind of like you said, especially considering that it's October, it's Halloween month. You know, you have Halloween Havoc. How much more cooler would it have been if not Bray Wyatt, but let's say the Wyatt 6, right? Like, let's say 5 of the 6 show up at NXT at Halloween Havoc instead. Like, and you continue this whole White Rabbit thing. You know, and you keep it going, and you don't know nothing. You don't know if it's Bray running it. You don't know if it's the Wyatt 6. You just know these fucking maniacs are coming out and ruining people's matches. You know, and causing havoc in the back, in the locker room, and just do that randomly for the next couple of months till the Rumble. That's how I
just feel like it'll be a great build up, but then as soon as these mask is revealed, as you so call, I'm just gonna be disappointed. And the names you're just dropping, I'm not really interested in Eric Redbeard. No offense, I'm not interested in watching.
Don't forget, these are just straight fucking rumors. We don't know, man. These 6 people could be anybody. Theory could be one of them. Johnny Gargano could be one of them. We don't know, bro. You just don't know. You just don't know. Alexa Bliss could be the witch. We don't know. We don't know nothing.
Not
man.
Again.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but it is what it is. What are you going to do, man? It is what it is. It's almost as bad as this video package, Paulo Cruz. And don't forget, man, he's got the whole world in his hands, man. And revel in what we are. Revel in what we are, man. Bray Wyatt is back. We'll find out on Friday night what would have happened. The only thing I'll say about Bray Wyatt real quick before I get into the next segment with Apollo Cruz is, again, he's going to be on SmackDown this Friday. And last night, they should have attacked the Generation X at the end of the night. Like, the show should have ended with, like, the lights going out, the lights coming back, and then Wyatt and everybody in the ring, and just DX is laid out. And then that ends the show. That's how I would have did that. Like, just like, okay, we'll see you guys in another 25 years. Fuck off. It's our show now.
Well, I gotta say this. What a shit show ending of Raw. Wow.
Well, what are you going to do? It's DX. At least they saved it for the end. I mean, and it ended at 11:01. Did you see the video with X-Pac that I did?
If they just had a star in the ring and they just beat him up. Like, I would enjoy that.
Did you catch any of the videos that I did with X-Pac?
Yes, I did. I see X-Pac is very laid back.
Yeah, he's mad
Chill.
cool. Yeah, he's very chill. You saw what I did for Miro?
You basically threw out the red carpet.
Hooked him up, man. But yo, guess what? I didn't have to pay for his autograph on that second day, and I got to skip the whole line.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I went pumpkin picking and apple picking. It was a great fucking day. And the day before, I spent like 40 minutes just talking with Miro because nobody was there.
Wow.
And because he sat there and talked to me, that's why I brought him the cake the next day, because he was so nice. And I asked him, like, before we started really talking a lot, I said, yo, if I'm bothering you or, you want me to leave, let me know. He's like, nah, bro. He's like, I'm bored as fuck. You can stay, no problem. And then eventually people started showing up again. And the guy was like, yo, we need to make room, people are coming. But I had a good, like, 45 minutes with Miro, just me and him, man. And, dude, it was funny how I was, like, ignoring X-Pac the whole time. I was just talking to Miro.
He probably didn't care either.
Nah, he didn't give a fuck. I was there for Miro. I mean, I talked to X-Pac, and I paid for his autograph. So I got his autograph, gave him a pound, talked to him, whatever. Rikishi was a dick. Like, Rikishi came in, and he walked right by me, and I said, hey, what's up, Rikishi? Nice to meet you. I bring all you guys some, some desserts, some snacks. He didn't even say anything. He just walked right by me.
We the ones.
Yeah, he was a straight dick, and I wasn't paying for his autograph. Fuck that, though. This kid had a crazy comic book that I didn't even know existed, a Rikishi comic book. He got him to sign that. He's like, "Oh, this is worth $300. Nice. This is worth $300 now."
Probably is.
Yeah, it probably is. It's fucking
That's nice.
Crazy, man. I didn't even know he had a comic book.
That's a fan.
He was the guy that worked there. Also, the guy that was supposed to join us last night, but he didn't because he got called into work. That guy works at the Wrestling Universe. So he's going to be supposedly joining us for Dynamite tomorrow. And that would be his first time with us. So that's cool. We might have someone from the Wrestling Universe on our show on a regular basis, which could be a good thing, Maybe we can get some hookups, get some autographs.
Should I be nice?
Yeah, I would be nice. You should be nice even if he didn't work for the wrestling universe, because he seems pretty cool, man. I had a conversation with him a couple of times.
That place is cool with me, so.
Listen, he wants to fucking talk wrestling, so he's got to be cool.
That's perfect with me, man.
Only cool people want to talk wrestling. Only cool people want to talk wrestling. Let's talk about Apollo Crews. Is Apollo Crews cool?
No, he's horrible. I'm surprised he has a job.
They show us the little video package of what he did to Grayson Waller, and he says at Halloween Havoc he's going to leave Waller in the dark.
It's horrible.
Coming up later tonight, it's been confirmed. Dragunov versus Waller. Stay tuned. Now we're going to get into the match between Valentina Feroz and Indy Hartwell. Veer Mahan comes out. He whispers in the ear of Sangha. And all of a sudden, Sangha just leaves. He ditches Feroz. He said he was going to be there for her. But apparently what Veer Mahan whispered to him was more important than anything going on in that ring. So, what do you think it is? What did you think of the match? Because the match was over pretty quickly, let's be honest. What do you think's happening here? Did he just come on and say, fuck this bitch, let's go, we got shit to do?
I'm going to go back to the beginning. So, basically, Indy Hartwell comes out here on my notes. She's walking down with her thumb. And nobody is cheering.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Nobody is standing up. Camera caught off the thumb pop on the when she got in the ring. Thank God for that. What am I supposed to be impressed with Indy Hartwell? Let's see here. 2 body slams and a pickup back slam with a suplex from the ring to the ring. 1, 2, 3. Indy Hartwell. That's not impressive to me. She's such a big person. I didn't know how tall she is. I don't know if she's 5'11".
She is tall, yeah.
But she can be so great. It's just like, I don't know.
She has potential, and she definitely has the look. She has the look, for sure.
She reminds me of the character from Fast Time as Ridgemont High, the surfer that always gets high, played by Sean Penn. And it's just, don't even know what to do, but somehow just makes it.
Dude,
right?
she looks like she has the same body frame of Charlotte Flair.
This is it. This is a Fast Time Midtown High character that could be so great, but it's just the airhead here, and we're not really seeing greatness. I'm seeing someone that could be fired. But I think they're trying to get more women on the roster, if I may have some analysis on this. And she would be actually a perfect fit on SmackDown. She got the height, she got the look. If she could just put a little work into her fucking wrestling, then they could really have something on the main roster. And they need more women there.
They definitely need more women if they're going to have tag team championship titles. You know, even though the tag team champions are losers. And by the way, Damage Control was fucking trash last night in every aspect. There was needles. You could hear little pin drops in the arena all night long. Like, there was no pops, there was no cheers, there was no boos, there was nothing. But I want to give a shout out to Rey Mysterio's son last night. Did you hear the heat that kid got when he held the mic? You got to give it to him, man. You got to give it to him. That is hard to do, and he's working it very well. Even his posture, he actually looks like he's been losing weight every week. He looks a little slimmer. This kid looks like he's putting in the work. He didn't make a mistake last night on the mic, so I want to actually give a shout out to him, man. Last night he did what many wrestlers try to do, which is get genuine heat. And this kid has it right now. Obviously compliments of his father, but he has it. He has the heat. Mission accomplished. No, you don't see it?
It gives someone that credibility that is over 200 pounds trying to do a 619 now move with a springboard moonsault for a 1, 2, 3. Get the hell out of here. Hell fucking no.
Yeah.
But he looks a little more confident in the mic skills, but come on, let's face it. That ring work, what the fuck? That's not his wrestling style. He used to be more aggressive.
Yeah. We're going to have a match coming up, man. Brooks and Jansen with Fallon Henley versus Malik and Anofi, and the Dyads with Joe Gacy for the number one contender for the NXT Tag Team Championship of the world. There's a couple of shots of Pretty Deadly right there. They're coming out to watch all this happen, talk some shit. But then let's get right into commercial, where they're going to show you a commercial for the WWE shop. So I'm going to show you the commercial for the WWE shop. WWE shop, a Fanatics experience. Make sure you head there now. You can pick up shirts like this, the one Jay has, wweshop.com. Head on over and pick all your We The Ones merch. Tonight only, save 25% off orders. Okay, wweshop.com. There's your cheap pop. But now we're going to go right into an interview with Cora Jade. She's talking, and, Mackenzie's going to tell her some shit that she's not going to like, Next week, she says you and Roxanne play a game of Pick Your Poison, which I think they get to pick each other's opponents, if I'm right? Cora goes on to say, I have a whole roster of women to pick from to face Roxanne next week. Roxanne's going to SmackDown, though, Mackenzie tells her. She's been talking to people, and she has a lot of friends. Cora's like, she doesn't have any friends. She's not talking to anybody from SmackDown. She says, that's it. I have to make some calls. And then she asks Mackenzie if she could have Ronda Rousey's number. And, of course, Mackenzie's like, no, I don't have it. And then she's like, yes, I do. But I'm not giving it to her. Not bad interview, actually. It was good. Sets up a lot of storylines. I liked it. It was good.
This is what I've been waiting for since I started the beginning of the show. I have told you that you will owe me an apology, and this is it.
Oh, hold on. Can I just cut you off 1 second? If you're new, let me just say one thing, and then you can go crazy. You can go crazy.
You can say the last thing you could ever say. Well, I'm going to get into it. This right here is what I've been talking about. You owe me an apology. Now, everybody that's new to the show, let me tell you something. I have been defending Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade since they got into NXT 2.0. The man over here said, no, they're joker, they're not trash, they this. He only started liking Cora Jade because she turned heel. Let's face it. But I was defending her when she was face. Like, everybody forgot that, right? And I said to him right here on the show every single Tuesday that Roxanne Perez is the number one baby face, period. The whole entire WWE. This is it. This seals the deal. She is ready for SmackDown. I can't believe that they even say, hey, come here. You need to be part of a segment. You need to be part of a match. And you know she's going to fight on SmackDown just as Cora Jade is going to fight on Raw. These two women are the pillars of NXT 2.0. I've been telling you this since day one. They will have one of the greatest rivalries in WrestleMania coming very, very soon. Not now, in a few years. But this is the rivalry. This is the match that should steal the show at Halloween Havoc. But this is a 5-star. Why? Because it just had everything in it. And they both got going to main event roster. They're going to give it a tryout, and I'm loving it.
Well, we have no idea what's going to happen with any of this, but at the end of the day, I don't owe you an apology because I'm right, you're wrong.
You owe me an apology.
Hold on. Cora Jade will have a very successful career. She will go on to win championships and do great things. Roxanne Perez won't make the cut. Within a year, she will be on AEW Dark.
Let's face it. Her first match is always going to be against Natalya because it's always Natalya. And she's going to do one of the most dangerous moves in the women roster, in the women's finishers, period, the Pop Rocks.
Move sucks.
So 5-star here. Congratulations, girls.
It's a Canadian destroyer. Who gives a shit?
They made it to the main event roster. For one night, I'll take it. Congratulations.
Well, now we're going to have to deal with a stupid tag team match for the number one contenders. Brooks and Jensen with Fallon Henley versus Malik and Anofi and the Dyad with Joe Gacy. Number one contender for the NXT Championship. Briggs had that one move where he threw the dude off the ropes. He bounced him off the ropes and then clotheslined him. That was actually hot. Very innovative. I liked it. Other than that, there was some sloppy spots. Gacy interferes with a clothesline on the outside, and then Cameron Grimes comes out, sends Gacy to the moon. Tripped up a little bit, but nice height on that drop. He still jumped all the way up on top of Gacy's chest. Cameron Grimes then trips Kane's son to help Onofre and Blade pick up the win, which I was shocked with that too, because they're now your number one contenders. What did you see in the match? What are you rating it?
I saw a lot of sloppiness. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the Onofre didn't sweep one of the dyads, and then Kane, which is Kane's son, and he just sold it by just falling back. Let's talk about that big botch right there. Or let's talk about Blade with the horrible pump kick that never landed on the other dyad, which I don't even know the name. If I had to choose between 3 tag teams and who is the best tag team with great chemistry, it'd be those dyad guys. Because let's face it, every move they were doing tonight live was great. All the other tag teams, Prince and Jensen, I was actually impressed in certain spots.
Well,
just like you mentioned what you said.
That clothesline was sick.
Jensen
and
was
then,
impressive as well.
Did you see that tightrope walk that he did? That was not bad.
It was impressive, but let's face it, who has a game of chemistry? The Dyers. They have the game of chemistry. I thought they were going to walk out with the win because I feel like Pretty Deadly's sort of like trying to be cave-faced in what it looks like. But I really thought the Dyers, I'm surprised they gave it to the 2 guys that just did the horrible botches to my eyes, and now they're going to be facing Pretty Deadly. It's a no-brainer who's going to win, which I don't like. I would have felt comfortable with Diet. It would have kind of had my head going like this. But it looks like an easy victory for Pretty Deadly. This match was a shit show. It's a 1-star for me.
I mean, you're right. They were impressive tonight, though, more than they usually are. That's for sure. But overall, sloppy fucking match. I'll give it like a 2, whatever, man. I'll give it a 2 for effort. That's about it. I'm being nice, to be honest. It's more like a 1.5. But the match itself was entertaining because there was a lot going on. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of high spots. But a lot of sloppiness in between. And if you didn't mind that, you could have some fun with the match at least. Other than that, I wouldn't recommend watching it again. That's for sure. Let's move on. We get another interview with Toxic Attraction. Gigi Dolan, JC Jane. By the way, Gigi looks awesome tonight. Let's just get that out there. They're going to talk some shit. Usual, typical Toxic Attraction promo. I'm better than you. They're talking shit about Alba Fire. They're going to go on and on about Alba. My God. But if you dare, make sure that you watch Halloween Havoc because it's time to wreak Havoc. Halloween Havoc is going to be October 22nd, Saturday night. Should be a good show. We have some good matches on the card. But the best one of all is going to be that main event, I think. I think Dragon Out, Braun Breaker, and JD McDonough are going to fucking kill it. I think it's going to be a sick triple threat match, man.
Going with Corey J. Roxanne Pro.
Halloween Havoc, man. Live 1 week from Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a premium live event, which means you need to be on the Peacock Network to see it. But you know what you should check out if you haven't checked out? You know what's even better than that? I can tell you what it is. It's wrestlingwithsavage.com. You get over there now. You get to the website, you check it out, you can see and meet the crew. You can meet me, you can meet Jay, you can meet Dave, you can meet Gilch, you can check our latest episode instantly. The moment we're done with the show, it goes up there. And of course, you can follow us live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, see our upcoming schedule, and of course, see all the weekly shows that we do all the time. But even more importantly, you can check out our shop. You can see all of our official merch. We have plenty of new t-shirts, sweatshirts, tank tops with the cast and crew. We have the one with all the crew and then everybody's individual shirts, Savage, Dave, Gilch, and Jay. And there's going to be more t-shirts, more designs coming on. I don't make a lot of money on these shirts. I probably make like $1.50 off each one. I have them as cheap as I can possibly have them because, if you want to support us, that's how you do it. WrestlingWithSavage.com. Check us out, follow, and of course, subscribe. So, Jay,
you are listening.
We're going to get back into NXT.
You are watching
Halloween Havoc
Wrestling.
coming up. But let's talk about Kiana James. Before I say my piece, what did you see in this promo? Or not promo, more of like a vignette.
But of course,
Kiana James in the office.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling
you hear me?
with Savage, smackdown. Hold the title,
Yeah, can you hear
this
me?
is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Hello? Yo, can you hear me now?
I hear you. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you just fine, man. Are you cool?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Some insurance. What you said before?
I was saying let's get into Kiana James.
What you want? What I think about her?
What'd you think about the video package that she had?
Video package is horrible. Let's face it. I don't know what the hell this whole gimmick is, but she has a jetpack behind her back. It is flaming. I don't know what, but she is gonna go places.
Seems kind of like corny to me, the whole business. You know, she's great. She's great, but I feel like these are being like forcefully done. Like, I don't feel like she has creative control over this at all.
She needs to drop that handbag and all that crap. So
we're gonna get a match now. It's gonna come up: Alba Fire versus JC Jane. This was actually a decent match. I was surprised. Girls were hitting hard, making spots happen, counters, roll-ups, pins. Alba Fire is gonna end up going over clean with her gory bomb. She's going to get the win. But that wasn't the best part of the match. The best part of the match was right at the end when Alba Fire was leaving the arena. We would have a little surprise cameo on NXT, which happens lately. And what did you think of that cameo? Why don't you tell us a little bit about her and what she's going to do here on NXT?
Well, I got to go from the beginning, right? I got to go into the match.
Sonya Deville, baby. Yeah, go into the match.
Well, let me tell you something. Jesse, look at me. JC Jane is ready to be champion. And I saw it from the promo, and I saw it from the match. The hip attack battle by the cannonball, from the neck breaker she did, the selling. This girl got it all. I think she's just ready for main and roster. I could see her as a singles, and I could see her as a champion. I mean, hell, we gave it to Liv Morgan, right? And look how she should have been. So why not? Let's give it to somebody and let's see what JC Dean could do. But basically, this match was okay. I'm gonna give it a 2 just to be so-called fair, but it really was a 2 for me. The ending was great. You just said Sonya Deville, baby. Let me tell you something. I have never. And I'm going to agree with Vic Joseph. I have never seen this out of Sonya Deville. It felt like she was enjoying this, like enjoying to be at NXT, enjoying to just like
kick someone's ass.
Over. Her career felt rejuvenated, which all the spots she did was money. Even the kick to the face, the power bomb spot, the way she came out, the way she grabbed, the way she hit. Right there in the whatever that post, whatever you want to so-called call it, with the staircase, everything was perfect, and you could see her in her eyes that she felt rejuvenated. And I'm actually looking forward. I can't even believe I'm saying it out of Sonya Deville. I'm actually looking forward because I'm sure you will get into the other thing later, and the other thing later was amazing as well. I love this. This was great. If I had to rate this separately, it'd be a 5-star in my eyes. Wow, this was great.
I liked it as well. It made Sonya Deville look really strong. I'm a big Sonya Deville fan, and I think she has a lot of potential to be a world champion one day. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a turn, and she's going to turn on Mandy, and maybe Sonya's going to be the one to take the title off Mandy.
Listen, I don't know, but I would love for her to just stay at NXT. I think she would be a great addition, and I think her career would really be rejuvenated.
Well, we might just see that. Like, I think that's where that's going to go. She's going to stick around, help Mandy. Something's going to happen. They're going to have some kind of fucking shit. They're going to work a program, and maybe she's going to take the title off her. Who knows when, but eventually. And now we're going to get another little promo with Joe Gacy and the Dyad saying he is going to destroy Cameron Grimes from existence. Person in the red hood was also there in the end. Whoop-de-fucking-do. More of the same bullshit. I don't want to talk about it. We're going to get a promo from Nikita Lyons and Zoe Starks. You know, Wesley's coming up in a couple of seconds, but the promo from Lyons and Starks wasn't even a promo. It was more like a video package. Talking a lot of shit. They were building them up, though. Whether you liked it or didn't like it, WWE, I think, is putting the titles on these two chicks.
It was so bad they had to put a Triple H clip. That's how bad it was. They had to make it look a little decent.
Yeah, I actually have a screenshot of that. There he is right there telling her, you know, a year ago she was in the ring, now she's training everybody, yeah. Talking about Zoe Starks, because Zoe Starks has been there for a minute. So apparently Nikita Lyons has been a student of Zoe Starks, and Zoe Starks is trying to help her refine her skills in the squared circle. But you gotta admit, I mean, when they showed that pose of the two together, they look like champs. I mean, it is what it is.
This looks like a WrestleMania NXT feud to me, in my eyes. I've seen this before.
And I can see them winning the titles for sure. I would not be surprised.
I could see them
fighting each other
next year. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's do the build-up.
It's true. What'd you think about this video package with Hank, the security guard, with Quincy Elliott? They're talking about how Nikita and Zoe are firing on all cylinders. And then Quincy leaves, and I think all the guards are telling him something like...
I think everybody would say, I almost grabbed a rock and threw it on my TV just for even watching this crap, or even for it to be on national TV. I don't know how USA can play with this shit. So
let's skip that and get right into the match then between Wesley and Stax. Lorenzo over here, okay? Wesley automatically picking up the win. Stax Lorenzo was trying to hurt him, though. You could see he was going after the knee because obviously he's clearly upset at Wesley for taking out the Don of NXT and going after his knee. So, you could see Lorenzo was trying to focus on hurting Wesley. Wesley takes advantage of this. He's able to get the win. But at the end of the match, Carmelo and Tricky Williams jump Wesley. And then, of course, Aura Mensa has to come out to make the save. They're just trying to hype up their little ladder match coming up. Shout out to Tony D, the Don of NXT. We want you to have a speedy recovery. Lorenzo disappointed me tonight because, he couldn't get the win for you, Tony D, and that's just a shame. And that's why you're going to have to punish him, which we're getting to that later tonight. That's going to, there's going to be a little punishment for Stax next week. Compliments of Tony D, the Don of NXT. Lorenzo looked good, though, with that one move he did. That reverse FU or whatever the fuck it was into that suplex. That looked good. Wesley, his finisher, that twisting, whatever the fuck it's called, didn't really connect with everything, but he still picks up the win right there. There you see Aura Mensa coming out trying to make the save, and that's how you make a save. You come in there and you actually hit people. We're going to get another promo now with, I believe it's Toxic Attraction. Oh, man. Sonya Deville, Toxic Attraction. Sonya goes on to say, Mandy and I have had our differences, but she is still my best friend. So if they hurt her girls, they hurt my girls. You can't just abduct the greatest NXT Women's Champion of all time and get away with it. That's why I'm here. And then she says, I want you to go outside Alba's door and tell her next week I'll be inside the ring waiting for her. And if she chooses to show up, she is not going to make it to Halloween Havoc. Strong promo. This is a 5-star promo. Clear,
Agreed.
Precise, money, showing the ladies how it's done.
Agreed.
She looks like a genuine, and she stands out in this screenshot. She looks like a genuine WWE superstar. Money. This next segment, it was bad, but it was also good. It was funny. I got a crack out of it when I first saw him on the screen. Diamond Mine, of course, I'm talking about. They're in the hospital with Roderick Strong. He has the neck brace on, and he's very sorry for bringing in Damon Kemp. And he wants Julius to win because it's Diamond Mine forever. I thought this was funny. It wasn't like a 5-star or nothing like that. But, it's comedic to see him in the neck brace and, playing this, General Hospital kind of, scene out. You know what I mean? Like a Showtime soap opera. What'd you think?
I didn't think much.
You didn't laugh? This didn't even get a chuckle out of you?
Oh, come on, man.
Coming out of the wheelchair?
He doesn't want to be there. You can just see in his face.
Diamond Mine forever, though, he said.
This whole thing's desperation.
This was the point of the night where you could see Booker T was getting a little, flustered, because I don't think he's used to doing this commentary right now. So, he was starting to say things that didn't make any sense. He, would say something and then say, but, and then, he would stop because probably someone in his ear told him, oh, we have to, the ring announcer. He wanted to say something, but he had to wait because the ring announcer wanted to announce the wrestlers. So he wanted to tell us something, but he was like, but, and then he never said anything else. And they just announced the wrestlers in the ring. Yeah, you can tell, yeah. He was definitely rusty, man. Yeah, but he's a professional. within a week or two, he'll probably be back in his normal Raw form. Shucky Ducky this, Shucky Ducky that. The Shucky Ducky's coming. We didn't get a Shucky Ducky tonight. But I did like that everybody was talking shit to him tonight. You had a couple of guys, like, I know Anofi and Blade pissed him off because they were doing, like, the 5-time. And Booker T right away was like, these guys suck. And they won. And then, of course, it's going to happen again later in the night, but we'll get into that in a moment. Kiana James is going to come out, and we're going to have a match against Thea Hale with Chase U. And I actually like Thea Hale. I think when she finally gets away from Chase U, and in 3-4 years when she's paid her dues, I think she's going to be a fucking promising talent. I'll say that much. It's going to take her some time, though, because she's still super green. Kiana James, though, is not green. She is a superstar, standing in the ring. Chase U is going to come out. This match really wouldn't happen right away because Mr. Stone would come out, and he would say he has business to talk about. Says the world is laughing at me because of you. You have the audacity to, like, slam me. And then we start getting you got slammed chants. Thea then goes to beat Mr. Stone's ass. And Kiana James would pretty much hit her finish and pick up the 1, 2, 3 in what was a very quick segment. Quick match. It was more like a segment than a match. But Kiana got the win. Von Wagner took a bump. Got some heat. Sets up some more storylines later on. Not bad. Storytelling in the match as well. What did you see in this match? This segment, whatever you want to call it, or do you even have comments?
I can't rate it, but
yeah, I can't rate it.
There was nothing to be impressed about. It was just, I think it was just you didn't have a lot of time, and hey, we got to cut this short.
I would have rather seen Thea Hale actually have her first real match. You know what I mean? We still haven't seen that. We haven't seen her first real match yet. We've seen a couple of spots here, a couple of spots there. I want to see what the girl can do in a nice 5-minute, 10-minute spot. Give her some time in the goddamn ring, man. But they're teasing it. That's what they're doing. They're teasing it. Maybe she's not ready yet. We'll see. Anyway, now we're going to get another segment between Stax and Tony D. Tony D says next week you got another match against who? Tony D's not going to tell him who it is. He basically says it's going to be like that time in 8th grade where he was fighting for his lunch money with Ralphie. And, Stax goes on to say, that was a war. I never let anybody disrespect me like that. And Tony D's like, yeah, it's going to be a little bit like that. So next week, I wonder who he's going to have to fight. Very interesting. Who could it be? Do you think we're going to see a debut? Someone new?
Nah?
It's going to be someone from the current NXT roster?
Probably.
Quincy Elliott?
I don't know who. He's fighting Zion Quinn.
Zion Quinn. Yeah, he's a hired assassin. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see it. I'm calling Zion Quinn. I agree with you. We're going to get an interview now. After, of course, we pay a little respect to the Don of NXT. We hope you get better soon, man. You're on those crutches right there. We hope you get better good, man, soon, because you were just starting to get your wind under your sail, man. You were taking off, having great matches, cutting great promos, doing great work. We hated you in this. When Wrestling with Savage started, we all hated Tony D. And he won us over by hard work, dedication, and, of course, great performances. So Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT, even while you're injured, they're still calling you the Don of NXT. It says it right over your name right there. Now we're going to get into the main event, and it's time to fight. Main event with Apollo Crews. I'm wondering if Apollo Crews is going to interfere tonight. I thought he was going to interfere in this main event because Grayson Waller's in it. I was wondering if we were going to get a clean match. Grayson Waller versus Dragunov. This will be excellent for Grayson Waller's career. This is great practice against a seasoned veteran of the WWE system. Dragunov was in control with a nice headlock submission into the wrist lock submission, using it to ground Waller back into another headlock and another wrist lock that he sinks in very deep. Waller counters with a rollout and a nice knee to the midsection. His own wrist lock. Now that Dragunov is just selling very hard for Waller. I mean, he was selling everything very hard. All over the place. Maybe a little too much at times, but he was trying to make the guy look good, so I'm not going to knock him for that. Waller going after the legs of Dragunov, trips him up. Waller forces the break on a hold by grabbing the ropes, but then Dragunov gets hit with a cheap shot to the throat, big-time scissor kick, basically mocking Booker T. He tells Booker T to suck it as we go to break. This was a very nice touch. Waller with a cheap shot to the eye, hits the springboard elbow drop. He kicks out. Dragunov is able to kick out of the springboard elbow drop, which is Waller's signature move. Waller with a fierce shot to the back of Dragunov's head, multiple shots to the back of his head. Dragon then comes out of nowhere with a sick clothesline. Waller with a drop kick to the legs into the sleeper hold. Nice spot. Beautiful way to just change the pace of the match instantly into your favor. Towards the end of the match. Dragunov would counter the finisher of Waller. Well, Waller would be outside. He goes for his rolling stunner, but it gets countered into a German suplex. He hits Waller with a running elbow drop and gets the win. Braun Breaker out of nowhere with a spear as J.D. McDonough watches on with pleasure. What are you rating the match? How'd you feel about the finish? Give it to me, Jay. Give me your take.
So I'm going to say it's a 5-star. Dragunov with the jumping senton. Waller had that heel kick, and then the taunt to Booker T was just amazing. Even Booker T's reaction was great. I love that part.
Oh, real quick, let me pause you. I'm so sorry. Hold on, because I like showing the pictures while you give me your takes. Mr. Stone and Von Wagner had a quick segment. Blah, blah, blah. Von Wagner's going to go to Halloween Havoc. He's probably going to pick up the win and become the new North American champion, let's be honest. Mr. Stone, Von Wagner starting to look like serious business. I could see SmackDown in his eyes. We're also going to get a promo from Cameron Grimes. More of the same shit, talking shit. And then we get another promo instantly because Cora Jade would just come in before the camera would go off and let us know that she is going to be on Monday Night Raw because Rhea Ripley has invited her to Monday Night Raw. So we got... this is a great way to build up this match between Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. At the end of the day, this is smart booking. If you want to get more eyes on NXT and more eyes on the NXT product, and that's why I'm telling you, don't jump the gun yet, because I think they're not going anywhere. I think Cora Jade has to become an NXT champion before she goes to the main roster. Same with Roxanne Perez. If you
doesn't matter, they made it.
They made it. You're right.
They made it.
But at the end of the day, this is great marketing. They're getting more eyes on NXT because of Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez this Friday and this Monday, for sure. And also next week. I'm gonna let you go off right now. I'm gonna let you go off right now. Stacks next week versus the opponent of Tony D'Angelo's choosing. And next week, Roxanne Perez is taking on someone that Cora Jade is picking for her. We don't know who yet. Maybe it's going to be Rhea Ripley. Maybe it's going to be Rhea Ripley. And you're also going to get Alba Fire versus Sonya Deville, which I'm tuning in for that. I need to see Sonya Deville in action.
Once Roxanne
Take
Perez
us away
for
everything I just said, and then finish us off with a match: Grayson Waller versus Dragunov.
Yeah, so the Waller match, the jumping senton, the heel kick, the taunting by Booker T, the signature elbow, the two Germans that Dragunov did with the exploder suplex, followed by the torpedo for the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was a 5-star match. And this, I told you, Grayson Waller needs the spotlight. He had it tonight, live. He excelled. No botches, no mistakes. Everything was clean. Even the moves, even certain punches, even though you may think it didn't really connect, it did. So it's like there was one punch, I think, to the back of Dragunov, which was very light, but he caught it. Hey, everything was clean in this match. I'm giving it a 5-star. That's where I'm at with this. Both guys were very impressive, and how could you not like the finish with JD clapping after it ends and Braun spearing the shit out of Dragunov? Because that shit hurt regardless. I don't care who you are. That shit came full force.
Yeah. The look on Booker's face, man, when he told him to suck it, that was great. The look on Booker's face, that was great. That was the best part of this. But Dragunov picks up the clean win over Grayson Waller, because he has to, because he's main eventing Halloween Havoc, so they got to make him look strong. Braun Breaker would come out, get his revenge, and Braun Breaker looked fucking jacked there at the end, man. He came out pissed off because at the beginning of the show, I told you, Dragunov fucked up. He disrespected Braun Breaker by picking up that title. If he wouldn't have picked up the title, there'd be no reason for Braun to come out here. But because Dragunov touched that title, Braun came out with ruthless aggression, because that's what I saw when he came out. I saw some ruthless aggression. I saw Vince McMahon in Braun Breaker's eyes, goddammit. You can't say Braun isn't Vince's ideal wrestler. He is.
He is, but what would he do with him? I don't know. Probably changes.
Well, we don't gotta worry. We don't gotta worry about that, man. Tonight there was some good episodes. I don't know. Do you ever watch Vice? You've never watched Dark Side of the Ring? Wow, you have a lot of catching up to do.
Probably do, but it's always that
great shows. Great show. Well, the good thing is they're on demand now. Like, you know what I mean? You can go and find them anytime. But they just are having the new season now. Dark Side of the Ring. The first couple episodes are going to be about McMahon. It's going to be good. And also tonight they premiered another show on Vice called Tales of the Territories, which, like, tonight they started with Jerry the King Lawler and Andy Kaufman. And there's a lot of good shit there. The Rock was at dinner with Jerry the King Lawler the other night and Nick Khan, right? All three of them were having dinner, and all of them were only talking about the Andy Kaufman situation. And The Rock told Jerry the King Lawler, if it wasn't for you and Andy Kaufman and what you guys did, I probably wouldn't be the famous celebrity I am today. Because you were the guys that were the first ones to start Hollywood intertwining with the world of wrestling. Because Andy Kaufman went to Vince McMahon Sr. and tried to work out a deal, and he said, I want to wrestle women, you know, in front of real wrestling fans. And Vince McMahon Sr. wouldn't allow it to happen because, you know, he didn't want people to associate Hollywood with wrestling. He wanted people to think wrestling was real. And he thought that if he brought actors, people would start thinking that it was fake. So he stayed away from Andy Kaufman, but Memphis Wrestling, where Jerry the King Lawler is the king of, they took advantage of it. They said, oh, man, this famous guy wants to come wrestle with us? That's fucking great. Next thing you know, they go on the David Letterman show. Do you remember this? Have you seen any of this?
I remember clips, but I was, like, young, man.
Well, I know, but later in life, you know, I'm sure, like, you need to go back and watch. Like, it was great. It was all good shit, man, on David Letterman, because Andy Kaufman had no idea what was going to happen, but he was cool with whatever Jerry the King Lawler wanted to do. You know what I mean? So that he knew something was going to happen, but he didn't know exactly what. And Lawler slapped the shit out of this cat on national television, you know, and then next thing you know, Andy Kaufman's coming out with a neck brace, and they bring a lot of attention to the world of professional wrestling. And that's when Vince McMahon decided to say, I got to buy the company from my dad because he's missing the ball with a lot of opportunities. Vince saw what the company could become. And that's why, you know, he bought his father out, took the company over, and that was it. And then we have the world of wrestling that we have today. And I found this all out because I watched Busted Open. So I want to give a big shout out to Dave LaGreca and Bully Way for having today on the show. They didn't even take my call today. I got on yesterday, but I didn't get on today. They were very busy today because they had Matt Hardy on the show. They had Jerry the King Lawler on the show. And they had an exclusive interview with Bobby Lashley. And interestingly enough, Bobby Lashley, they asked him, what do you want to do before you, like, leave or retire? He said, I need to have a tag team championship run before I'm done.
Oh, Grand Slam champion he want to be?
He wants to be the tag team champion, yeah.
I thought he was, no?
No, I guess not. Maybe he wants to be the one to take it away from the Usos, I don't know. But he was also saying something about how he would like to see the Hurt Business get back together when it's all said and done. So
that's kind of impossible right now.
Well, with what's going on with Omos,
we'll see.
Yeah. Unless Omos is part of the Hurt Business now.
Yikes.
Grayson Waller at the end is going to get distracted by the wheel that would start spinning by itself because Apollo Crews apparently has mystical powers now, I guess. He's the Undertaker of NXT, so be careful. Dragunov picks up the beautiful win. Clean. There you go. You see Braun Breaker going to come out, fuck his ass up. Real quick, let's get into Dynamite tomorrow. Here's the matches I know that are announced. Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson. Again, X-Pac. No, I'm sorry. I can't believe I just said X-Pac. Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Billy Gunn versus Swerve Strickland. Tony Storm and Sheeta versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. And we're going to get also Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus. This looks like a weak Dynamite card.
Yeah, I'm not excited for probably MJF, but you gotta have him on the show. I'll be excited for that.
I wonder if he's going to continue a program with Wheeler Yuta.
I think it's a one and done.
Okay. We'll see what happens because, the firm came out and caused some shit. But I'm just shocked that they're going back to Jericho Danielson 3 already. But Jericho's not losing this time, though. Danielson's taking the L on this one. By the way, when I talked to Miro, for about 5 minutes, I was grilling him about Tony Khan and what do they have planned for you? What are they trying to do with you? He's like, they don't have anything for me right now. He's like, I'm pretty much just staying home. I'm like, so you're just getting paid to just chill and stay home? He's like, pretty much. Yeah. I'm like, but dude, I'm like, yo, like you should have had, like, I'm like, the moment you showed up to AEW, you should have been the world champion like a couple of weeks later. Like, instantly. That's what they should have did for you. And, like, the fact that you're not, like, the world champ right now, bottom line, the only thing I could get out of him is a little hint that the next belt he's going to get ain't going to be the AEW World Championship. They're going to give him the All-Atlantic one first.
Well, let's face it, he debuted very badly as the best man with Kate Sabian.
What was that? What was that?
That was horrible gimmick, and he had the blonde hair, and he came out with these stupid outfits. And then when he finally figured out I'll be the Redeemer, it was too late. That's what happened. I love the guy to heart. He's a great guy from what I saw from your videos, and he's very chill.
He's awesome, bro.
From the stories you're saying, but let's face it.
He's awesome.
I feel bad. And maybe the guys watching, and if you are, Miro, I feel bad for you that you were put in this type of position. I would hate for you to just wait all these months just sitting at home, not doing a goddamn thing, maybe having a check old beer, getting paid, but meanwhile, you could just do so much because I know you love wrestling and you could just be so great. And I just feel like it's just wasting time.
Like, this is why I got mad with the whole CM Punk thing, bro. If CM Punk doesn't return to AEW, the chances of Miro having a championship run already go up 80%.
I will tell you this right now on the show. If we have to end it, I will tell you this. When CM Punk returns, I'm not gonna say run championship.
It's over. He's done. No, they already made it official.
I'm just saying, if he ever returns,
not in AEW,
it will be the biggest pop over Bray Wyatt, guaranteed.
Nah. By the way, just so you know, it's been pretty much confirmed that Tony Khan has already paid CM Punk in full for the remainder of his contract. The only thing he has to do, the only thing he has to do is not compete on Impact, not compete on Ring of Honor, not compete on Independent. Like, he can't compete anywhere. He has to sit at home and not wrestle until his contract's up. That's it. It's done. He's done. He's over AEW, and pretty soon.
He's not done.
Yeah, he's done, man. I'm telling you,
it's done in your eyes.
Nah, it's done, bro. They don't want that shit there. He threw the first punch, man. It's over. Just like Andrade. Andrade's done.
There is no way.
Andrade is done, son.
He is not done.
Andrade?
Just jumping the gun. No, listen. Andrade is not done. Why? Because Tony Khan doesn't want to fire the dude, so he could go punch people. I will give it the credit. Hey. And what does that tell you about Tony Khan being in management? What does that tell you? That you just let people punch and it's okay? That's what he just did with Andrade. So, no, Andrade's not done. And listen, CM Punk will have the biggest pop, and you would just be a moron just let a biggest box office, the guy that just broke records for your ass, to just walk out because of fucking Looney Tune characters trying to be EVPs. It's just ridiculous. Everybody got to chill, just like Draymond Green got to chill. Cool off, let a year or two go by, and then just come back when the time is right.
Well, we got plenty of time to see what's going to happen. All I know is wrestling's finally getting back to the point where I actually want to go to Monday Night Raw. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. We're almost there.
Not after last night.
We're almost there. No. I don't care. We're almost there. I'm starting to love it. It's a Triple H production. Triple H is the fucking man. I would have had fun at Barclays Center last night. I would have had fun. Maybe not you, but I would have had fun. Anyway, I'm going to end the show with this. Chris Jericho is the Ocho. I hope he beats the shit out of Bryan Danielson tomorrow night. We should have a new cast member tomorrow night. Thank you for watching Wrestling with Savage. This has been NXT Tuesday night, episode 111. Yeah, make sure you
We're
subscribe,
not
follow, like, share, do all that good shit. And otherwise, God bless. We'll see you tomorrow night, man. Everybody have a good night and be safe.
And I just want to say, you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud say you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.